Ready?
Yeah.
3.
Oh, yeah. This is Steve. He does your taxes early in the morning. So this is stupid o'clock in the morning because these bastards wanted to get here really early. So we now have to kill loads of time, and I can't believe to get from the UK to Teen, it's still basically a day of travelling.
How do you have this energy?
I have no energy.
You sound like you do.
Anyway, going to Teen, RT ski trip. Woohoo! Yeah, so we ordered 4 apple juices and a coffee we don't need. Wondering if I'll get our food. Yeah. We're waiting for Laura still again. Just stopped at McDonald's on the way to the mountains, and in France they have a chocolate burger. It is dirty, very dirty, just like Jack. Hey everyone, so it's been years since I've done a vlog. I used to do them a lot back in sort of 2018-19 time, but we now have Bradley, or B-Dog, or Bradders, we don't know what to call him yet. He's our new video guy, so you're going to see a lot more vlogs and stuff. So as you can see, we're here in the Alps, we're here for the Realistic Trader skiing trip. So every year we do a ski trip, there's about 15 of us, and then in the summer we do a summer trip. So, the purpose of my vlog is I like to teach, so there's always going to be some sort of learning point in each vlog, not just hey, look at me, look at where we are. And so for this particular vlog, I want to cover a few things. And the first thing is basically people's thinking. Now don't switch off, that sounds really boring, but if you were to take a standard distribution of, let's say, the UK population, right? So you get a chart and you were to plot everyone's social demographics, okay? So let's say earnings, income, all that sort of stuff. It's going to look like a bell curve, something like that. And basically everything within, say, 2 sigma, so 2 standard deviations, so basically 96% of the population, they're all going to be of the same ilk, if that makes sense. So same income, same financials, same everything, right? So very early on, about 10 years ago, when I was starting to look at wealth generation from a pure mathematics, first principle thinking, like what is the most efficient way to go from broke to, I don't know, millionaire status, etc. I started looking at this demographic, and I was thinking, right, if the population are all in this massive bell curve path, what are they doing, right? And so I'm a big believer in beliefs, thoughts, and actions. So people have belief systems. We believe in something, or whatever topic it is, and from those beliefs we have thoughts, and those thoughts derive our actions. And it's this ever-going loop, right? If you have bad beliefs, bad thoughts, and bad actions, it then leads into other negative beliefs, blah blah blah. And so the very first thing I did was write out, like, what do these people think, believe, think, and do? Like, what do they spend their money on? What do they invest in? What are they doing, etc. And I mean this in no derogatory sense at all. And I'm just doing this from a pure statistics point of view. But if you were to get a big black tar brush and say what they're doing, typically they all have a job between, I don't know, 18k to 80k, let's say. Everyone's obsessed with buying a house, so they're like obsessed with like saving up as much money they can, and then just to spunk it all on a deposit, and then move house every 10-15 years or so. They don't invest, and if they do, they'll probably waste it on premium bonds or ISAs and all that sort of stuff. And it's a bit of a case of like the tail wagging the dog, if that makes sense. Because they're, oh no, ISAs is great because you get this tax break and this, and it's like, oh my god, no. You need to focus on capital generating, like, or cash flow generation. So anyway, you should do this yourself. Write a big black tar brush list of what you think the general masses think or believe think and do when it comes to money and finances, and then just do the opposite, literally. So I'll probably make more videos about that in depth, but yeah, anyway, I'm freezing, so I'm going to go back in. I've only got my socks on, so yeah, I'll see you elsewhere. Let's go skiing. That must have been the instructor. Yeah. So earlier I was talking about how you need to analyse what the masses believe, think and do, and then just do the opposite, well, as a starting point at least. And one of the other things is compounding interest. So teachers, university professors, financial advisors, accountants, all that sort of ilk, they teach compounding interest in the worst freaking way, to the point where the whole of the masses seem to think compounding interest is, the best investment tool ever, but they don't understand the context. And I think it's rather disingenuous when you hear people like Warren Buffett say, sorry, I'm just getting a bit so when you see like investment gurus say, oh, compounding interest is your friend and blah blah blah, what they don't realise, or they probably do, is that the average Joe is going to listen to stuff like that and go, oh, okay, I'm just going to plop something into my mutual fund or ISA or whatever for 30 years and everything will be fine. And I think it's a lot of fund managers that like propagating this sort of con, in my opinion, because that's how they make money. They make an expense ratio every year. But the proper way to think about it, when you apply maths and first principle thinking, is, well, first of all, you need to understand what your goal is. If you're going to save something for 30 odd years, what are you aiming to do at the end of that 30 years with that pot of money? And so what I think a lot of people are finding out now, and what a lot of people will find out, is that they're going to end up broke on their ass when they're old. So if you take, let's say, £10,000 and you're 30 years old, you've been in work for a bit, and then you go, oh, okay, I'm now gonna start saving for my future, and they put 10 grand away somewhere and they're making 10% per year, okay? I'm not even going to go into how the expansion of the currency supply is going to absolutely rinse you. Let's ignore all that. But 10 grand at 10% per year, after 30 years, you're going to have about 78k. That's it. 78 grand. No, 178 grand. Sorry, let's check myself before I wreck myself. Here we go. 174k. I'm sure Bradley will put the numbers up somewhere easier to see. And also, if you look at the curve here, ignore the numbers, but you see that it is a bit like compounding or exponential growth. A lot of the growth happens or you get something like 90% of the growth happening in the last 10% of the time. So, yeah. So here's the trick. Here's how you should do it properly. You need to basically leapfrog up that curve to the point where it starts getting nice and fun, right? What you don't do is put 10 grand away and save forever. What you need to do is do other things to get to the 100 grand level, okay? When you can put away 100 grand and compound it for 10% per year for 30 odd years, then you end up with like 1.78 million. So instead of retiring on 178k, which will not last you till the day you die, it's better to try and put away 100 grand and then end up with 1.7 something million. Then that will look after you through your retirement. Especially if, tech's getting better, you're going to live probably over 100 years. Now, the trick is, how do you get to 100k, Siam? Well, that is why I'm always harking on about business. Unfortunately, whether you like it or not, the only realistic way to get to that sort of 100k level in a relatively short period of time, i.e. let's say within 10 years from now, business. Start small, do lots, fail lots. I failed my first 4 businesses. And yeah, treat it like a computer game. You fail, hit reset, just don't do that mistake again. That's it. Anyway, I'm gonna watch Adam. So Adam is in here, Adam Stevens. Get the back end now, Adam. Mind you, this is like his 3rd lap. Apparently they're quite timid for your first few laps, and then, yeah. Let's see what he's like on the last lap or so. Some bastard nicked my bloody ski boots yesterday. I got to the top of this bloody mountain, tried to put my skis in, and the skis wouldn't work. So yeah, someone, one of the 16 of us here, has taken my boots back to the shop and swapped them for something else. So I've had basically a day of just palaver. Anyway, one of the other things that I've seen very recently is that 2 people that I know have got conned in with crypto scams. So what's happened? Ooh, that's bright. Maybe not. Yeah, so both of these people have put money into some shitty crypto exchange, and then they've been told that they can't withdraw their money. Quelle surprise. And that in order to withdraw their money, they have to pay money to upgrade their account in order to withdraw. That is like the biggest warning flag. You should never, ever, ever have to pay to withdraw your funds. So if that is you in your particular exchange, just start trying to slowly get the money out somehow. But unfortunately, it's too late if you're at that stage. Also, if you see me reaching out to you, contacting you, going, "Hey, how's your trading doing? How's your whatever?" It's not me. I do 0 outbound messages. I get my account gets cloned so many times, and I know 7 people so far who have been conned by fake Siam profiles. So hey ho. Anyway, gotta go skiing. Lewis is here. Do this shit. I'm at Geneva Airport on the way home, and I'm through customs and security, and you can buy freaking pen knives, big freaking chunky pen knives. And I'm past security, literally about to get on a plane. What? What's the point? So I've been travelling back from Geneva, everyone's knackered.
and I'm always learning new things. And what I learned in the last couple of days is that people are dressing differently. So here we have a millennial dressed fine. Then all of a sudden the young people struggle to buy trousers that cover their ankles. What's going on with the youth of today? Here we have Jack and Bradley. What's going on? In my day, it's all about long. I think I need to pay you two more so you can afford trousers that reach your ankles. So I've decided to get down with the kids. Do I need younger looking socks?
This is part 2.
Food wankers!
Oh my god!
So, last leg, just got to drive from Stansted back to Norwich. Just need to get rich enough to do private jet everywhere and then helicopter to the chalet. Yeah, so hope you've enjoyed our first little vlog. Don't know where or when the next one's going to be. We've got the cuddle next week, so Bradley's going to be filming that. The cuddle is where we all meet up in Norwich for teaching and getting drunk every 2 months. So yeah, probably see you there. Well, maybe. Anyway, I'm just gonna shut up and drive. I'm too tired. Bye.